Good morning, everyone. My name is Emma Sturm. I am the president of the Associated Students of Clark College. It is my honor to welcome you to Clark College. We look forward to sharing with you the meaningful ways we collectively contribute to Clark College's future to our community. At Clark College, we start our meetings with the college land and labor acknowledgements. We say these words not for performance, rather as an ongoing reminder and call to action for the work that still needs to be done to achieve a free and just society. Clark College sits on the ancestral and current lands of the federally recognized tribes of the Cowlitz and Lower Columbia peoples. Trust and acknowledgement are critical to building mutual respect and connection across all barriers of heritage and difference. We pay respects to the Indigenous elders past and present as we respectfully consider the many legacies of violence, erasure, and displacement, migration, and settlement that bring us together today. We also acknowledge that our nation has benefited and profited from the free enslaved labor of Black people. We honor the legacy of the African diaspora and Black life and the knowledge, skills, and human spirit that persevere despite violence and white supremacy. Thank you for joining me in our land acknowledgement. It is truly an honor to deliver Clark College's 2024 ASCC State of the Student Address. This past quarter has seen the biggest jump in enrollment since the COVID-19 pandemic. It has been exciting to be given the chance to help more students. Both ASCC, Student Government, and the Activities Programming Board have been working on increasing student engagement through movie nights, chill out days, socials, and other events, and it has been working. More than 200 students participated in APB's Barbie movie night this past fall quarter, which is an astounding increase in student participation from past few years. ASCC has also been hosting events that allow students to voice their opinions about topics and concerns so that we can find better ways to improve their college experience. For the first time ever, ASCC has begun hosting a quarterly student awards known as the Waddle Awards. Historically, students have only been recognized for their outstanding accomplishments at the end of the year through the Oswald Awards, but ASCC wanted to recognize students throughout the entire year as another way to encourage student engagement. We also have been hosting a quarterly club competition to help increase student engagement on social media and on campus. Some of these activities are for students as the student body grows. It's important for us to find better ways or best ways to accommodate for the new enrollment growth and additional resources to meet the increased student needs. For example, we're only just beginning the second quarter and we have already run out of the free student IDs and discount gym passes. To ensure that our supply and demand of specific services match the needs and interests of our students, it is important in the upcoming quarters and especially the next academic years that we readjust our estimates to expect for more students. Currently, Student Government is working diligently on creating a more inclusive and engaging campus. We hope to continue providing our students with relevant services and events. I appreciate this opportunity to tell you about the exciting work that ASC has been doing. Now, let's take a look at Clark College over the past 4 years. Please enjoy this short video highlighting some of the special Penguin Nation moments.
welcome to the stage Clark College President, Dr. Karen Edwards.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here. I've had the opportunity, I'm trying to find a place for my papers. There we go. I've had the opportunity to meet with Emma several times this year, and she always shows up with energy and enthusiasm and ideas and ways to increase the student experience and engagement. So please, let's give Emma Sturm a round of applause. And yes. And there are other members of our student government here. I want to applaud you and thank you for your leadership. We look forward to continuing working with you all. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here. This is a special occasion for us. It's an opportunity for community leaders, faculty, staff, and students to come together to highlight Clark College's vital role in our community. It's also a time to share with you where we've been as a college and where we're headed. Okay. As you know, we rescheduled this event due to the snow and ice storm a couple of weeks ago, and quite a storm it was. We were closed, or college suspended operations for a few days. We had to cancel our Heather McGee event. We are working on rescheduling Heather McGee, but today we are here for the State of the College. So again, thank you. The video you saw was a brief reflection of the past 4 years at Clark College, my first 4 years, my only 4 years at the college. It was a montage that opened with us being masked and socially distant at commencement 2021. Our soccer field reminded us the resilience that we have as a college, but also how badly we really wanted to be back together. Other photos that were shown include Juneteenth's cookout in 2021 with Chef Earl and his crew stirring the barbecue, mouth-watering barbecue. We had many spirited events and celebrations such as opening day, the powwow, and Sakura Festival. The awe-inspiring sand mandalas crafted by our Buddhist monks right here in our library, and the joy of bringing commencement back to the amphitheater at the fairground. You also glimpsed some photos of the first dig up in Ridgefield. I have some Ridgefield folks over here that I'm looking at, and seeing how that building is coming along. And also visits with our legislators, both in Olympia and in Washington, D.C. It has been a fruitful 4 years. I want to take a moment to introduce some people who are in the room with us today, and starting with the Clark College Board of Trustees. If you would stand and remain standing, I will call your names. So, Chair, Christian Canseco Juarez. Vice Chair, Denise Gideon. Jeannie Bennett. And our two newest trustees, Marilee Scarborough and Suzanne Donaldson. Thank you for being here and for your support. We have the Clark College Executive Cabinet with us as well, and I will ask you to stand and remain standing. Dr. Brad Avakian is not with us today, but he is the Vice President of Human Resources. We have Dr. Michelle Cruz, is the Vice President of Student Affairs. Suda Frederick is our Vice President of Information Technology. Vanessa Neal, Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Dr. Tina Red is Interim Vice President of Instruction. Sabre Sand, Vice President of Operations. Kayla Nolette, Clark College Foundation CEO. Also joining us at cabinet meetings is Dr. Cecilia Martin, Associate Vice President of Assessment and Institutional Research. Clark College's executive team continues to demonstrate their commitment to our students and this community in all that they do as they serve and support the day-to-day operations of the college. We work together as a team to shape the college's future and steer the path forward. Again, I want to thank you all. We welcomed Kaylin Ouellette's role and partnership on the executive cabinet we welcome Kaylin's role. And over the past 50 years, Clark College Foundation has been a champion for the college in many ways, and they have directed over $85 million to the college. So in that vein, I also want to welcome the Clark College Foundation Board of Directors and members of the Clark College Foundation team. If you would stand to be recognized. And what would we do, what could we do if we did not have our faculty and staff? If you're willing, all of you faculty and staff members of Clark College, would you mind standing so that we can acknowledge and thank you too? It's your unwavering commitment of time, energy, and dedication to Clark that fuels our success and moves us forward. Please accept my sincere gratitude. I'd also like to welcome the following guests to our event this morning. Please hold your applause until I get through. There's a few of them I want to make sure that we connect with. But we're quite honored to have representation from the offices of Senator Cantwell, Senator Murray, and Congresswoman Gluesenkamp-Perez. We have county and city government officials with us today. Thank you all for being here. Want to take a moment to acknowledge some of our community partners for their support of the college. The list is way too long for me to name all of them, but I do want to highlight a few agencies, like the Community Foundation of Southwest Washington, C-TRAN. I did see Sean here. Welcome, Sean. I'm not calling anybody out. C-TRAN. C-TRAN. I will stick with the list. Also, Workforce Southwest Washington, Columbia River Economic Development Council, the High Tech Council, and College Career Connect, with whom we work to increase economic, community, and workforce development. Our partners in education include ESD 112, all of the local school districts. We have partnerships with the Migrant Education Program, the Washington State Board of Community and Technical Colleges, and WSU Vancouver, who we continue to work alongside to provide seamless transfer opportunities for our students. We also have alumni and area employers with us who hire our graduates and provide experiential learning opportunities in healthcare, culinary, teaching, automotive, IT, human services, surveying, research, and so many others. We really appreciate your support. These work-based learning opportunities are both beneficial for students and for you all as employers as well. We have our social equity partners with us as well. From the college's Social Equity Council, we have SWEC, which is the Southwest Washington Equity Coalition, LULAC, Latino Leadership Northwest, the NAACP, Fourth Plane Forward, and the Council for the Homeless join us in our quest for social justice. Welcome and thank you for being here. And now, let's give everybody a hand. The governor's office is also represented, as I make eye contact, is also represented here. Thank you for being here with us. So in a prior State of the Address college, I drew inspiration from Michelle Obama's memoir, Becoming, to frame our work here at the college. In her book, the former First Lady emphasizes that becoming is an ongoing journey. It's not a fixed destination. And I share her belief that maintaining the status quo leads to stagnation, and meaningful change requires breaking out of familiar patterns. She also says it's possible for us to have our feet planted in reality, but pointed in the direction of progress. We may live in this world as it is, but there's still work to do and that we can do to help change it to what it should be. So today I want to recognize our ongoing journey of becoming, Clark College's journey of becoming, that beacon on the hill, the beacon of hope, of opportunities and transformation, rooted in social justice while providing excellent and equitable education. This journey hasn't been easy, always. It's been with challenges, including the ongoing effects of a global pandemic, declines in nationwide enrollment, and 2 years of substantial resource reduction, all while trying to expand services to meet the evolving needs of our students. Like so many other institutions, Clark too has experienced the Great Resignation with considerable staff turnover at the college, and we felt the impact of these transitions. The landscape of work has shifted dramatically, with most individuals working some sort of hybrid schedule. Our staff has also been very exhausted by this work too, and I acknowledge that. We've been challenged to improve the physical spaces and platforms and software accessibility. Over the last year, we committed, yes, I see you, Zach. I see you. We've been committed to ensuring accessibility for all people by updating our statement about the college's accessibility standards, adding a remediation and discontinuation process for inaccessible products, and clarifying that all hardware and software for student use are pre-approved in accordance with purchasing procedures. Some of you may have also noticed the other improvements, such as more accessible parking spaces and better walkways and entries to our buildings. We do strive to become a more accessible college that is equitable for all. You may recall that during the pandemic, enrollment at community colleges across the nation dropped sharply. This was true at Clark too. While we're not back at peak level of enrollment for pre-pandemic, I am thrilled, as you heard from Emma, to let you know that we have had an increase of more than 10% in enrollment this academic year. Clark College enrolls more than 8,600 students during the fall and winter terms, and that translates, for those of you who are in education, into 5,900 full-time equivalents, or FTEs. So what does our student profile look like? The average age of the students here at Clark College is 27. 56% of our students are female, 36% male, 1% identifies non-binary, and 6% chose not to report. We have a diverse mix of students, self-reporting at 60% of our student population white, 14% multiracial, 7% Asian, 11% Latinx, 3% Black African American, 1% Pacific Islander, and 0.5% Native American. More than 200 students are military veterans. I think that deserves it. And we also have more than 200 student athletes as well. About a third of our students are new to college, first time in college, and 63% are continuing either from the previous year or the previous term. And 4% of our students have transferred into Clark from another institution. Yay. To provide access to excellent education, we work hard to offer affordable tuition. We offer over 70 programs plus 5 bachelor degrees. Clark's annual tuition is $4,900 for a full-time student. We dispersed $24.5 million in financial aid, including $2 million in scholarship from the Clark College Foundation. In talking about scholarship, Clark College Foundation, who provides students annually with over $1 million in scholarships and grants for their education and essential needs, including food and clothing, and financial assistance to participate in student activities. And when some of our students fall on hard times, last fall alone, we gave over $60,000 to students who reported housing insecurity or homelessness. And we gave about another $70,000 to students who were facing food insecurities. Clark Cares. Last fall, we launched Clark College Student Success Fund, which is supported by a generous $100,000 match from Taco Bell Foundation to help students with tuition, wraparound services, and college programs. We're grateful that to date, this year, the foundation has already awarded $2 million to be dispersed with a direct impact of over 550 students and counting. We can't do it all without the assistance and the generosity of Southwest Washington community, who supports us in many ways. And it is with immense gratitude that I am pleased to announce a recent gift of $1 million from the Cowlitz Indian Tribe. I'm standing behind the podium being my dignified self, but what I really want to... Thank you so much. This gift reflects the tribe's shared vision for fostering education and community development. It will empower us to drive innovation, address pressing college needs, and create a campus environment that aligns with our commitment to equity. Specifically, the gift will help us launch the Clark College Innovation Fund, which will serve as a catalyst for groundbreaking projects and transformative ideas for the campus community. It will also bolster Clark's Greatest Need Fund, which provides critical support where it's needed most. And of course, this will drive the fiscal investment in Clark College, where we can focus on campus enhancement and culture building over the next 5 years. As we know, there is a direct correlation between our enrollment numbers and budget. The amount of state funding that we receive and the college budget is all wrapped in that. We built our current budget, this year's budget. We projected that there would be a deficit and that we would address it in 2 ways. The first was through a budget reduction, and the second was utilizing a fund balance of $2.7 million to fill the gap, the remaining gap. We're optimistic that the positive uptick in enrollment will decrease that use of fund balance and positively impact the future projections. This increase in enrollment and the corresponding positive impact on our budget comes as a result of hard work that everyone at the college has been engaged in. Additional factors that support the college's budget include receiving $2.5 million in congressionally directed funds over the last 2 years. And so those representatives, our federal legislators, thank you for supporting that. And also the state legislators who supported agreed to fully fund the cost of living increases for our faculty and staff. That was tremendous for us, and I want to thank them as well. Know that it's very much appreciated. I'm also happy to report that the college has been awarded a $2 million Title III Strengthening Institutions Program grant. And that grant comes from the U.S. Department of Education. So during the next 5 years, the grant period, we will use these funds to increase student completion rates through implementing data-informed, technology-enabled pathways. We also applied for a National Science Foundation grant that was received some funding through the CHIPS and Science Act. We are waiting to see if that's actually going to go through, but we remain hopeful for sure. Looking forward to 2024-25 fiscal year, we will lean on our strategic plan to drive future budget decisions and make sure that they are in alignment between our strategic tenets and the data-informed budget decisions. We will also use key performance indicators to direct funding to the most impactful areas and make strategic investments in new programs, innovative services, and supporting growth and increasing opportunities for students. Speaking of students, we now have the pleasure of hearing from one, and his name is Ray Jackson. He's studying cybersecurity, and he's here to share with us his journey. Please help me in welcoming Ray to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ray Jackson, and I'm a current student studying cybersecurity here at Clark College. I would like to take this opportunity to share a little background about myself and my journey up to this point. I was born in Louisiana, and my family moved to Texas when I was in the 7th grade. In 2002, I graduated from Katy High School in Katy, Texas, a suburb on the west side of Houston. In 2003, I joined the Navy and was stationed in Everett, Washington until 2007. During this time, I served on board the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, the USS Abraham Lincoln, and completed 2 deployments across the Pacific Ocean. During my first deployment, I participated in a humanitarian mission to provide aid to tsunami victims in Indonesia. After completing my service, I returned to my hometown, and although I was happy to be home, I realized how much I enjoyed the Pacific Northwest. So in December 2009, I moved to Vancouver to live with a friend I met while serving in the Navy. Very shortly after, I started my journey at Clark College in winter term of 2010. During this part of my life, I had very little support and resources, and I struggled financially to meet my needs. My stress levels negatively affected my performance and overall well-being. Ultimately, in summer 2010, I was forced to leave Clark College because of mental health issues. In the process of working through my issues, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, stemming from some experiences in the aftermath of the tsunami. I worked extremely hard to understand and live with my condition. I worked various jobs and ultimately concluded that I needed more skills to be successful. My vocational and rehabilitation counselor at the VA suggested that I return to Clark College. In 2018, I got married, and before long, my wife was pregnant. So we bought a single-level home nearby, and in spring 2019, I returned to Clark College to pursue an AAT in machining technology. We were all settled into our home, and I had the nursery set up how my wife instructed, including that perfect pink accent wall in the nursery. Next, as a new husband, our daughter Lily was born in December 2019. As a new husband, father, and homeowner, I was optimistic about the future. Next, as we all remember, COVID-19 happened. After surviving the transition to remote learning, I graduated in June 2021 with my associates in machining technology. Thank you. I started my job search, and after a few months of searching, I decided that I really didn't want to work on a shop floor, machine shop floor with loud noises. So after careful thought, I felt that I wanted the opportunity to work remotely. I believed that if I could work remotely instead of commuting, I would have more time with my family. So in October 2021, I started my CompTIA A+ IT certification bootcamp. This was a very tough 8-week course that yielded only a 25% success rate. 2 weeks before Christmas, I completed the program successfully and passed both exams to receive my CompTIA A+ certification. On Christmas vacation, I decided to pursue IT as a career. So in January 2022, I returned to Clark to start my AAT in networking technology. At this point, my daughter just turned 2 and started her program at the Child and Family Studies on campus. This past December, I finally completed my Associates in Networking Technology. This term, I returned to Clark to pursue a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. My journey has been a struggle, to say the least, but my story is not finished. I've endured many challenges along the way, and I'm sure that there are many more to come. I stand encouraged and excited about the experiences to be had on my road to success. I hope that I can be a positive example to those students who may have similar challenges. Thanks. I've just got a couple more words I want to highlight. I just want to highlight a couple of agencies that were here and offices that have helped me to be successful up until this point, not just here at the college, but as well as other areas in my life. First, the Child and Family Studies at Clark College. Yeah. They provide a safe learning environment promoting social and emotional development. They also provide a platform for parent involvement, which is very, very important. Along with Child and Family Services, the C Campus Award is open to parents taking a minimum of 5 credits, and it covers the cost of tuition for children attending CFS. The Pingham Pantry is a food box here on campus that is open to all Clark College students regardless of income. It provides non-perishable food box once per month for the household. Sometimes it also includes toiletries, including laundry soap, meals from the culinary department, and gift cards. I would also like to highlight the Veterans Center of Excellence. They have been instrumental in my success. They provide a safe space that is welcoming and inclusive. They help with the GI Bill processing, which is the way that I'm able to go to school and be able to provide things for my family. So it's very, very important, the work that they do there. And also, they provide general support when there's no apparent solution available. If there's nowhere that it fits in, they're going to find somewhere to fit it in and find some help. So thank you, guys. Disability Support Services. I'd really like to shout out to those guys. Their primary role is to provide supports that aid in not just student, but staff success based on individual needs. They provide training that helps with students and also faculty to advocate for themselves in challenging situations. People with disabilities aren't always so happy to talk about them and highlight them to other people. So thank you all so much over at DSS for helping me work through those issues. I'd also like to bring up the Student Emergency Assistance Grant. This is a grant that provides help with other things that aren't taken care of as far as like rent, housing issues, utility bills, and other things like auto repair that students may be falling short of. All right, I'd like to take this last moment to give a special thanks to the following. Dr. Edwards and the current administration for providing an inclusive and welcoming learning environment. Kath Busha for actively seeking feedback about student experience and providing guidance. Dwight Hughes for being so flexible and accommodating. Making time for individual or group tutoring sessions really helped me to understand some of the more challenging networking concepts. I would also like to thank him for encouraging me to apply for the Washington State Opportunity Scholarship. This scholarship has provided more than just funds. I'm currently fulfilling a scholar lead position that provides pay and more importantly, an opportunity to build my remote work resume. April Cannon for being so helpy to advise me and help me through this journey. I'd like to thank the entire staff of the Veterans Center of Excellence. They've provided a wealth of resources that helped me and my family. Child and Family Studies for being so much more than just child care. They provide a model for parents to follow that promotes emotional awareness and well-being. Sammy Lilo and the Penguin Pantry staff for keeping our pantry stocked. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank the Clark College Foundation for providing funding to keep students like me learning and in a position to be successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ray. It's always a pleasure to hear from our students and how they are being well served here at Clark. I certainly look forward to hearing how your next degree, Ray, propels your career. And the fact that Ray is a veteran, it is a key part of his story and also of the history here at Clark College. Our Veteran Center for Excellence is celebrating 10 years of helping students, veterans succeed. Last November, the center partnered with Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez for the first Veteran Center Resource Fair, open to Clark College students and the community. The goal was to have 40 organizations participate, but 57 showed up. So, yeah. It was a successful event, and I think it will happen again next year and the year after. So thank you all for that. Let's now turn our attention to the strategic plan, which was recently approved by the Board of Trustees at a fall board meeting. Our focus at Clark College has always been centered on students to help educate, empower, and elevate them to achieve their personal and professional goals. With the intention of creating space for our Running Start students and other younger students to connect and find community, the Penguin Early College Center opened, or PEC, opened in the fall of 2023. And it, yes. Serving students daily, they host final exam cram sessions, midterm snacks, and other useful events to help support our students. The students so far have had a positive response to the space, and we look forward to having that continually used by the younger students. Last April, during the Career and Tech Fair Education Showcase, we welcomed 250 high school juniors and seniors to our campus to explore Clark College's degrees and programs. This was funded by Guided Pathways and Career Connect Washington. 14 high schools and 6 Clark County school districts participated. The The CTE showcase really touched students. A high school counselor reported that he saw immediate positive results as a result of attending the showcase. One student wanted to do his financial aid, like right now, right after the event. And then another student who had not planned to go to college at all asked his counselor to call his mom so that he could start filling out the financial aid application. We've been working to create equitable student experience for middle and high school students by providing opportunities for students to come and visit the campus, not only for a tour, but to learn about our programs, and also to roll up their sleeves and get involved in activities that teach them about potential careers. Last summer, we hosted the first Guided Pathways STEM and Healthcare Camp for more than 100 local middle and high school students. There was no cost for the students, and funding was provided by Guided Pathways, Clark College Foundation, and Career Connect Washington. The really good news about this is that Professor Olga Lubar, one of the camp organizers, tells me that they've received funding for the camp again this summer. Yes. So we'll be excited to have those students back on campus and giving them the ability to explore various careers perhaps that they never even dreamed of. It was also an opportunity to set foot on Clark College campus and just be engulfed by all the wonderfulness that we provide. That's Karen saying that. We continue to offer a variety of culturally responsive events to introduce students of color and their family to the idea of Clark College being a pathway for attaining a degree and working in a fulfilling career that provides a living wage. These outreach events include Celebración de Primavera, Noche de Familia, and the first ever Black Student and Family Fair. On February 28th, we're hosting a Black History Month event geared at high school students to come to campus and learn about Clark and to learn the steps it takes to register for classes here. Additionally, the college celebrates Indigenous cultures every November with a powwow that includes music, dance, food, vendors, and honoring Indigenous veterans. We also announced the Dreamcatcher Scholarship at this event and honoring the vision of educating the seventh generation. We also celebrated First Generation College Student Day last November by offering students successful mentorships with the renowned mentor and trainer, Tamin Waratu. Thanks to the funding from U.S. Bank, the students participated and will continue to be mentored by Tamin throughout their academic careers at no cost to them. I want to thank the organizers, Heather Leisure and Darcy Fider, who are co-advisors for Clark College Phi Theta Kappa chapter. As our students return to campus, we see a higher level of participation and engagement by the increased number of student clubs that are going on now, which Emma and her group are working on. But I want to highlight Clark Aerospace Club designed and built a rocket that they dubbed Little Penguin and launched it at the Spaceport America Cup, the world's largest international collegiate rocket competition in New Mexico. Clark College did that. We were the only community college team that competed, and our team is competing again this year. I'm really proud of our students and the advisors who excel even when competing against some of the best in the world. The second tenet of our strategic plan is employee engagement, empowerment, and excellence. It is essential that Clark College employees are valued, celebrated, and respected, and offered opportunities for equitable professional growth. First, I want to acknowledge 10 of the dedicated faculty who were granted tenure in 2022-23 academic year. I don't know if any of you are here, but yay. Another 27 candidates are on tenure track this year, bringing the total number up to 175 tenured faculty members at Clark. For those of you who have been through the tenure process, you know that it's a big deal, so I want to congratulate all of you for getting to that point, and also we are looking to increase the number of full-time tenure track positions and trying to bring a better part-time, full-time ratio. Clark College Teaching and Learning Center is one way we build employee engagement and empowerment and excellence. Our Teaching and Learning Center provides professional development opportunities to our faculty and staff. This includes culturally inclusive teaching guided practices, an academic year-long opportunity to help faculty build related culturally inclusive teaching. Championed by Vanessa Burrell in Human Resources, I saw her over here, the center is part of a network of professional development providers at the college, including Human Resources, e-learning, the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, who provide us with a plethora of equity training opportunities, and in addition to a year-long build training. We believe it's important to recognize employees who are making significant contributions that will have a lasting impact on the college community. For that reason, every quarter we recognize employees through our Excellence Awards. We all do our jobs, but so many of us are making a difference in the lives of students and your fellow colleagues. This feeling of goodwill reverberates throughout the campus community, and so I want to acknowledge all of you who have received an Excellence Award. During the fall term, 9 faculty members also completed a new e-learning active delivery certification, a professional development certification for online teaching, created and spearheaded by Kathy Chatfield. Another 20 faculty, Another 20 faculty members will complete the course this year. Our faculty is truly stepping into professional development, incrementally adding more advanced androgyny and skills for teaching more effectively with instructional technology. In addition to instruction and day-to-day administration, our dedicated faculty and staff reach out to students at the most grassroots level, helping to meet their basic needs through giving their time, their personal donations, and by organizing and participating in a variety of student-centered programs. Last December, Chef Allison, I don't know if she's here, but enlisted the help of her colleague, faculty, and staff to organize the first ever free holiday market for our students, where students can get a little new or gently used items for themselves and their family. I was thrilled to host one of the 52 tables and be part of this camaraderie, but I want to acknowledge how the giving spirit also that our faculty and staff have. At the event, Clark's Career Closet organized clothing for students, while the Penguin Pantry distributed over 600 meals. Other departments around the college collected warm clothing and food and other donations. It really did warm my heart to look around Geyser Center, this room as a matter of fact, and witness the giving spirit of our faculty and staff and the excitement and gratitude our students had. It was like Black Friday shopping that day. It was amazing. It was really amazing. I'm also happy to report that in response to community partner needs, we are planning the following degree programs: Food Service Operations Certificate, Civil Engineering Technology and Construction Management, and a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, which actually was just approved by our state board last week. Additionally, 3 new programs will be added to our profile in the coming year. The Clean Energy Technician Program that will expand the college's existing mechatronics technology and automotive technology programs to meet high-demand jobs in this field. The Surgical Tech Program is the first to be offered in Southwest Washington. We developed the program along with Peace Health and the Oregon Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals. Graduates of our new 2-year program will earn an Associate of Applied Technology degree in surgical technology. And yes. And the Advanced Manufacturing Center is currently under construction at the college's Ridgefield location at Boschma Farms. Last November, Clark co-hosted a topping out ceremony with the developer and design builder Mortensen. The building is scheduled to open in 2025. This building will have capacity to serve up to 1,200 students per term. And these are examples of strategic programs that we are developing to meet workforce needs. Our focus is to create educational pathways that reduce barriers to student achievement. Our goal is to be the first choice for workforce training options by fostering deep relationships with our business partners. Clark College Community and Continuing Education restarted the customized training program, signing a contract with a local manufacturing business, Senitsu, or SEH, as most of us know it, to provide leadership and presentation skills training for their workers. CCE, Continuing Community Education, also partners with Washington State Job Skills Program and works with local employers to provide customized training for their employees, very much like what we did in 2023 with high-tech member manufacturer Enlight. It's another way we can create relevant educational partnerships and pathways that bolster skills and increase competency of our local workforce in our community. We're utilizing tools such as the Foundation's recent communication audit to gauge community awareness and perceptions of Clark and the Foundation. The respondents emphasize that providing cost-effective education is crucial for Southwest Washington's access to higher education. In collaboration with the Foundation, we are eager to leverage this audit and the data from it to expand further outreach and to uphold Clark's vision as a beacon of hope in our community. For the next tenant, I believe, this year are fortunate to have hired Dr. Cecilia Martin for the Office of Assessment and Institutional Research. The function of this office under her leadership will help us improve student retention and completion, determine and help the college keep its competitive advantage, identify possible inefficiencies and improve processes, comply with federal and state reporting requirements, and most importantly, support accreditation activities requirements. The college will have its 7-year comprehensive visit in 2025, so we are in the process of preparing for that. Equity in hiring remains a top priority for us, and I'm pleased to report that over the last year we've made significant strides. 43% of our hires in the admin exempt category are people from diverse backgrounds. 47% of those in classified positions are from diverse backgrounds. And 50% of our new faculty members come from racially diverse backgrounds. Very happy to report that. Power, privilege, and inequity training has been an integral part of the college community for several years now. The Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, the team is steadfast in its commitment to broaden professional development and knowledge around diversity, equity, and inclusion, and anti-racism at the college. The Northwest Regional Equity Conference, now in its 5th year, has grown its role in the community to provide support to government, business, and nonprofit sectors. NREC, as we call it, continues its primary focus on improving equitable and sustainable experiences and outcomes for historically underrepresented students and employees. And and that is happening starting next week. Whew. I've been standing here for a while and I said a lot, but I do hope that I've given you a clear sense of the focus and the priorities and the direction in which we are headed as a college. And reflecting on the past 4 years and our guided and being guided by our equity-centered strategic plan, I do remain deeply energized and hopeful for the opportunities and the growth over the next several years. I warmly invite you to stand beside me to celebrate the many accomplishments from growing our enrollment, our new programs and degrees, our new college in Ridgefield, and the renewed focus on effectiveness and community engagement. At every opportunity I get, I try to demonstrate and express my profound gratitude. And once again today, I do that. Thank you. It has not slipped my mind that today is Valentine's Day. So I must say something about love, I guess. And one definition of love is one extending themselves for the benefit of another. And so I guess I can very easily say there's a lot of love that goes on here at Clark College. Our faculty, our staff, and our students are all doing all that they can to be helpful to one another, to advance and uplift each other. And so I'm very much happy to be part of this loving community. That was a pretty lame Valentine thing, so maybe I'll go back to roses are red, violets are blue. Thank you all so much for joining us here today. We are officially adjourned. There are some cookies and coffee and tea provided by the McClaskey Culinary Institute. I wish you all very well. Thank you again for being here, and Godspeed.